Go. Waiting. Rush in.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
37. Trey 15.
Now Wentz. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick-6. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down, Philadelphia.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 39, Wentz. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In for the score as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right.
Eagle press. pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is Ertz with it, right side. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now Wentz will keep it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Gets past one man. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wentz. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Topper!
From the 39, Allen. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Beasley signed with the Bills in March just before his 30th birthday after 7 years with the Cowboys, hoping that he can be a very valuable slot receiver in Buffalo. Just under 700 yards last year and 3 touchdowns in Dallas. Edwards now on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jerry Hughes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to man a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen now throwing again. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Allen. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Miami! 51. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Switch it. 56, 56. 56, 56.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off on Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And an Eagle first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Wentz now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Alert!
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. With it is Jackson. Fighting his way through contact. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know. Hey, forward, Tokyo.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's going to go for a big play down, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Big stop, let's go. Hey, tight. Shift, watch the shift. Okay.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
49, check 49, check 49. Pass 85, pass 85.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. That's into the hands of Edwards. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On 3rd down, Allen. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Bravo.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now wins. And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
This pass complete, wins to Ertz, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Wentz to throw again. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Good work after the catch. Gets them 15 and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
A 36-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Eagles.
Here we go. Back man. Let's find 2. Let's find 2. Let's pull it.
On first down, it's Johnson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. He'll hit Jackson, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz, Johnson, it's poke free, football's out.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Middle.
Throwing again. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Switch. Check. Hey, hold. 50 wants the mic. Rip right. Smooth.
Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. He finds Yeldon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
A big-time return there, 40 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 56. 14, 82, 14.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jerry Hughes in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends at a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. End up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, Just for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch.
since I blew